Hello humans, I'm mckaye, and I am unreasonably excited for this video, which is alarming considering what I'm about to do. See, instead of fighting the cult like a normal, well-adjusted Baldur's Gate 3 player, I wanted to see what happens if I just say,
"Yeah, sure, the Absolute seems trustworthy."
Spoiler alert, a lot of people die. With that said, let's begin. Now, this video wouldn't feel right if I didn't play as the Dark Urge, so meet Cassian, the star of today's moral collapse. To kick things off, I immediately headed straight to the goblin camp, completely skipping the grove fight like a coward with a plan, and went straight to 𝖈𝖗𝖊𝖉𝖕𝖘, who was in the middle of absolutely roasting a goblin for incompetence.
Your scouting party has not returned, and half of the intruders escaped your guards.
Sorry, mistress. We mucked up.
Until their sanctuary is found, I will take something precious from you every hour that passes. A trinket, a tongue, a limb.
I ain't no use without my limbs. The lads'll make the prisoner squeal soon enough, I swear.
Silence now, creature, or I will silence you forever.
As she turns to you, her thoughts mingle with yours. A cold hand caressing your brain. The chamber melts away to reveal a dark, endless nowhere. In it you see a vision. The drow listens as a pale-eyed young woman whispers in her ear. One of those the voice spoke of. One of the chosen. The vision fades away.
A true soul in such a grotesque form. The Absolute has a place in her heart even for 𝖍𝖒𝖊𝖊𝖘. Her heart is more generous than mine. Join my hunt, fairy, and obey me. Worshippers of a false god. Their existence is an insult to the Absolute's claim on this region. There is a weapon the Absolute seeks. I'm sure those wretches have it hidden away there. We will find it amongst the dead and the ashes.
Her excitement is palpable. She lingers on thoughts of victory, of unbelievers' blood spilled, and of the weapon. She will seize it, in the Absolute's name.
The thief, whimpering in our dungeon, tried to flee to their sanctuary. We will continue to remove parts of him until he tells us exactly where it is. He's been resilient, but he'll talk.
She is seeking the grove you visited. Already you feel her mind closing around yours.
Speak, true soul. The hunt must begin soon. You are sure? And how did you find it? Praise be. And now, through her will, you can be my eyes.
Her mind enters yours, a splinter of ice piercing your memories. Tiefling faces flicker into view as she attempts to learn the grove's location. She sees the entrance to the grove as the adventurers retreat inside, joining the tieflings, and then smiles serenely as blood and shadows spread like stains across your memory, erasing all that lived there.
The cowards found refuge among the desperate. Perfect. If the inhabitants do not realize you are the knife at their throats, we can use that against them. Go to their refuge and make your way inside. As a friend, I will gather a raiding party and move into position. You will open the gates from the inside when the time is right to strike. We will cleanse the place of infidels and burn it to the ground in the Absolute's name. And then we will be the first among her favorites.
The masterful painting she depicts of the massacre awakens you hungrily.
Good. Marshalling the goblins is no simple matter, but my warband will be ready to attack by next light. You must make your way inside. Once I am in position, on your signal, we break them. And when they are dead, The Absolute will reward your faith. As will I. For the Absolute.
She tells Cassian to infiltrate the grove, and she promises a, reward if he succeeds. With my new shiny orders, I head back to the grove, take a long rest because even traders need a good night's sleep, and then prepare to slaughter everyone inside.
How did you... Gods! You have a habit of turning up where you're least expected, but no less welcome for that. We've spotted goblins in the woods. What happened at their camp? Truly. Hells, I didn't expect it. We were almost ready to leave. Rag. It doesn't matter now, I suppose. You have nothing to apologize for. If it must be bloodshed after all, I'm glad to have you with us. What I have is no choice. We need to thin their numbers quickly if we're to survive. Every ounce of oil that we could spare has been buried out in front of the gate. We'll blow the horn to draw them in, and pray our fire arrows strike true. Your courage is catching, it seems. Or perhaps I've finally lost my reason. Make what preparations you deem necessary, and then sound the horn. Let's have this done.
Man, I feel like a bag of dicks. Poor 𝖈𝖊𝖊𝖘, completely unaware that the guy smiling at him is about to single-handedly ruin everyone's day. But alas, it's time to sound the horn and do a little house cleaning. And by house cleaning, I mean war crimes.
This is it. Everything turns on this.
I know that you are all afraid, but I also know that you have been fighting your whole lives. We have never been handed the easy choices or the gentle paths, and this is no different. These creatures would take our lives, our children, our future, and we must resist!
A splinter of ice works its way into your mind.
A pretty speech. It almost brings a tear to my eye. Now slit his throat and open that gate. The Absolute wants all of them dead.
What are you doing? They'll kill us all! Hells, you're with them, aren't you? You're mad. How did I not see it?
Now that I've officially betrayed every moral I pretended to have, it's montage time, because if I had to suffer making the video, you have to suffer watching it.
Splinter of ice works its way into your mind.
The way is clear. Now we can cleanse this place completely. Kill everyone. A glorious day. The Absolute will be pleased. But there is more to be done. This place is home to druids. Root them out and kill them.
They didn't stand a chance.
Wasn't that a great montage? Just the absolute best. Get it? The absolute best?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Anyway, once the grove had been thoroughly cleared of every man, woman, child, and anyone else unfortunate enough to live there, it was time to check back in with Mindar, who had a, very personal proposition for Cassian.
Praise the Absolute. She will reward us well for this exquisite carnage. The true honor is to serve the Absolute. She loves you fiercely. I see that in the strength she has given you. And she has so much more to give. There is a bond between us, true soul. I can see what you are, what you want, and you can see what I want.
Through her eyes you see yourself, skin glistening with sweat, hands bound. Ecstasy or terror? Maybe both. A flash of anger pulses across your brain. You feel cold metal at your throat. Then you snap back to yourself.
I already know your mind. I will know your body, one way or another. I will come to your camp tonight. We will celebrate this victory together.
Now, I know some of you are asking why the hell I just rejected her little, 50 Shades of Grey reenactment. And look, sometimes you just gotta play hard to get, alright? Don't worry, she and Cassian still do the devil's tango at the party, which we merely had to once I exit the conversation. Enjoy!
The goblins praise the Absolute, but their celebrations also honor their leaders, 𝖈𝖗𝖊𝖉𝖎𝖙, and you.
You fought well, and so did these creatures, thanks to our leadership. If you tire of their company, come to me. I may have other uses for you yet.
She looks you up and down, her mind touches yours. You feel her hand at your neck, her lips closing around yours.
Give your body to me. Good. I will join you when you go to your bed. You are mine. You are here. Good. Come with me. Now, lie down, neither. It is an instruction. Now, silence. Lie down. You learn fast. Your obedience will make this more enjoyable for both of us. Tell me what you want, and you shall have me.
As your bodies lock together, so do your minds. Her whole being is laid bare before you. And half hidden at the center of her desire, you discover something unexpected. Fear.
I would have you by my side in 𝖈𝖗𝖊𝖘𝖙 when our work on the surface is done. Speak to me. Tell me what is in your heart. I could say the same of you. There is something about you that disturbs me. The moment we were alone together, something changed. I felt it, and you must have felt it too. The Absolute fell silent. How is that possible?
The artifact pulses softly, sending out a warning. It is a friend.
This is blasphemy. But so much that has happened since I left the Underdark is like a dream of somebody else's life. I do not know myself anymore, except tonight. Tonight, I wanted this for myself. I must pray, and you must rest. Tomorrow, we will have fresh orders.
In your dream, you stand over yourself as you sleep. A knife in your hand. Murder in your heart. You are ready to strike, to end your own life. But then a shock runs through your mind. This is no dream.
Wake up, true soul. We must talk. I watched over you as you slept, peaceful and silent. And I spoke to our god. I asked her why she had chosen you, made you one of her faithful, when you are so clearly broken. Beautiful, but broken. There is something missing in you, and I do not understand it. When the Absolute failed to answer me, I feared that you had somehow infected me with that same absence. And so I decided that you must die. But then, a miracle happened. As I took out my blade, her voice returned to me, and she told me what I must do to purge myself of doubt. She told me to decide your fate, to determine if you are worthy. If you are, I am to send you into her embrace, at the seat of her power. In time, I believe we may be together. Travel to Moonrise. We will meet again there, at the heart of the Absolute's power. I do not know, but I do know that she allowed me to spare you. When you meet her at Moonrise, she will show you her design and your part in it. She will test you. If you fail, you will break. If your faith is strong, you will become something even more beautiful. With difficulty, but I can help. The land around Moonrise is cursed. Traveling there will sap your strength and your sanity, but I can protect you. A wretched creature in my service can guide you through the curse. This harp will summon him. Play it when you are in the shadows, and he will come to you, and know that you are a friend. He was a drow once. Now he is an abomination. A victim of Lolth's cruelty. His minions will wait for you at the mountain pass, on the threshold of the Shadow Curse. I warn you, he is quite mad, but he knows the path to Moonrise better than anyone. Go to him when you are ready. I will lead what remains of my forces to Moonrise ahead of you. When we next meet, we will be together in the Absolute's presence, and she will make us her champions.
The following morning, after I convincingly dissuaded Menthara from turning Cassian into a pincushion, she tells him to head to Moonrise. Naturally, I decided to take the scenic route through the Underdark, because you know, more story equals more fun. Excuse me. I swam back to the goblin camp, broke into Priestess Gut's private chambers, skipped the weird moon plate puzzle like a pro, and climbed down an extremely sketchy ladder. Ended up in an abandoned Selûnite outpost, let in an angry minotaur, after going invisible of course, murdered the giant monster, blew up some torch stock and Timmask mushrooms, finally stumbled into a decrepit camp where a bunch of Dweghar were just hanging out, and if it wasn't obvious, I bypassed the Myconids like I did with the Druid's Grove. For now, here's how the next shenanigans went.
What? Gek?
Got someone sneaking up on us. What's this? Got ourselves an infiltrator. You move pretty quietly. Not quietly enough for my liking, though. Noise gets you eaten down here. Reckon I'll hush you before something hungry comes along.
His gnarled fist grips an axe.
Fine. I'll let you live. But spoil my hunt, and you're dead. Told you. Hunting. Slave ran away. Took Sergeant Thrin's boots. Gotta kill the slave and fetch back the leather. Or the bosses in Moonrise will have Thrin's hide. Help? You don't even know what you'd be up against. Slave's got herself some protection. Hiding up there in a myconid circle. Can't get past those rot flowers. They get in your head, make you see things. Half my squad jumped off a cliff, laughing. I'll wait here. She'll make a run for it eventually. Then I'll get her. Good. Do well, and there might be a reward for you back at camp. Do really well, and who knows? Maybe the Absolute will have space for you in her ranks. But that comes later. Boots first, then you'll get what's coming to you.
Cass is tasked with finding a gnome with fancy boots. The problem? She's smack in the middle of the myconid circle. Thankfully, my boy Cassian is a persuasive guy, which made infiltrating the myconids fairly straightforward.
Was swallowed by a chorus of turbulent music. Through one creature sing many voices, the harmony of an entire collective.
Sovereign, he has come. He is here.
The choir fades. A single melody rises above the others, brassy and commanding.
I am sovereign.
You see a vision. Your lifeless body wrapped in fungal tendrils. The sovereign is threatening you.
State your purpose.
Fungal roots weave through your mind, seeking your true intent. Then the sovereign drones a new melody, cautious but welcoming.
I can mend neither skin nor spirit, but we still might commune. Descend to me. Let us speak in flesh.
The persistent music coaxes you forward. The sovereign expects you.
I freaking love how the narrator just calmly says the
sovereign is threatening you.
Cracks me up every single time. Anyway, Cass is invited inside and it doesn't take long to find my target.
Don't. Her condition is familiar. Poison, derived from a wild weed common to the underdark. She'll need an antidote soon, most likely held by the poisoner.
𝖈𝖚𝖊𝖘 slashed me. Graze. Don't share. Talking hurts. Leave me. Please.
Like dwarves, 𝖈𝖚𝖊𝖘 have innate resistance to poison, and thus no need for intricate brews. Though deadly if left untreated, the poison can be cured by the antidote or natural remedies.
Not going anywhere. Gods. Whatever that is, I needed it. Why are you helping me? Down here? Tends to be. But I'm nearly good to get on my feet. I thank you for your help, but I gotta get moving. Oh, Carl's garters. Oh, I don't have time for this. My kin need me. Seems you're the helping kind. All right. I need you to rescue my kin. Not charity, mind. We can pay. We're Iron Hand Clan. Best artificers in Baldur's Gate. We were on an expedition down here when the 𝖈𝖚𝖊𝖘 snatched us up. I got away, but not the others. The Greys have them digging out some old ruin across the lake. Thank you. Only wish I could go with you. But here... I nabbed these boots from the Greys when I ran. I'll feel better knowing you're using them to kick some 𝖕𝖒𝖊𝖘𝖚 ass. I'll mark where I made my escape, and wait here, I suppose. Not much choice, eh?
As thanks for healing her, and with the promise to rescue her people, she hands over the boots I needed to gain favor with my new 𝖕𝖒𝖊𝖘 pals. With the boots in hand, I return to the 𝖕𝖒𝖊𝖘 camp to deliver the good news.
Get the leather. I ain't wasting more words on you until it's done. What a hunt. Maybe you'll find a belt next. Right. I'll mop up here. You get across the Ebon Lake. Find Sergeant Thrin. She'll reward you.
My new 𝖕𝖒𝖊𝖘 friend offers me a boat or raft or whatever it's called, so I can cross the lake to claim my reward from Sergeant Thrin herself. Fuck.
A vessel wobbles on the lake's murky waters.
You! What are you doing on Gek's raft? Where's Gek?
Who are you?
Well, I'll be. You got them? The sergeant's been whining non-stop. What about Gek? Where's he at? More like avoiding the sergeant, I reckon. Come on, let's get you to shore. You're the one telling the sergeant what happened. The rest of you, keep patrolling. I'll be heading back with this one.
You continue forward in silence until the lights of a camp twinkle through the murk.
Sideways. We've got a welcoming party.
You shithead! Time you showed up, we got trouble.
Spit it out! Sergeant finally choked on True Soul Near's prick.
Drugno! The twat soul caused a rockfall. Trapped tighter than a ring on a fat finger.
You're shitting me. You pay up?
That's the trouble. He's got the gold on him. Sergeant's arm is falling off with all the gnome slaves she's been beating. Who's the hoon, Greyman? Another slave for the dig?
Aye. He speaks true. Found the hoon sailing Gek's skiff.
That's so.
You feel the slightest of stirrings in your head. The 𝖕𝖒𝖊𝖘 is not infected, yet your minds resonate.
I'll be. You're one of them cult freaks. Felt the tingle. Your twat soul chum owes us a load of coin. You want through? Make a donation. Unclog your hole. Just shitting around. But I'm warning you, that twat soul ain't settled up soon. There'll be hell to pay for the lot of you cult buggers.
Cass is escorted to the 𝖍𝖏 camp where he learns a fellow true soul is stuck in a cave-in. Naturally, it falls to me to free the poor sod because apparently I'm the cult's errand boy now. I speak to the sergeant who assigns me a task.
Faster! Heat up some rocks! Let's see how the little pricks do when we strap fire to their legs. You're the one Greymon mentioned. Heard you killed that thieving gnome. Where's my boots? Never thought I'd see these back. Nasty sneak gave even 𝖎𝖘𝖘 the slip. Crafty little shits, these ones. You need a stiff cane to keep them in line. Here then. His bounty's yours. Now move! I've got no time for...
The parasite stirs, but it's a mere tickle. You hear no thoughts or memories, just an echo of scars that never healed.
A true soul, eh? Useless 𝖎𝖏𝖊𝖘𝖘 could have told me. Glad you're here to take responsibility. Tunnels collapsed. Trapped true soul near. He's stuck in there with poisoned geezers. We don't get him out soon, it's both our heads. Thought you would. True souls don't abandon their own.
Being as lazy as ever, I used cheats to clear the rubble. Problem solved.
Finally! Worthless slaves! Your incompetence has been my ruin! 𝖵 does not fail. Baldur! No! Thrin, the Absolute gave you everything. And this fiasco is how you reward her?
Me and mine worked flat out. I was cracking the whip day and night. Tell him, true soul.
𝖕 pities you, Thrin. Your errors and excuses. And your sorry end. Hells.
Your skull buzzes, and you see your own face through 𝖕's eyes.
Worthless, every last one. Their failures must be punished. True soul, take their heads. The Absolute commands it. Show them no mercy. Their corpses will make a fine offering to our mistress.
𝖵, like all the other charming character, tasks Cass with helping him murder everyone. And honestly, I'm fine with it. These dudes enslave people after all. Enjoy as I go full-on murderize mode. Meanwhile, 𝖵, who annoyingly talks about himself in third person, has a new task for Cass.
This was meant to be a simple operation. I arrive, those pack animals clear the debris, and I walk into the temple. Instead, I've been beset by incompetence, treachery, and now this? The Absolute's business remains unfinished. Important business. My orders come from General Thorn himself. I need you to deliver a message to him. Tell the General that I did what I could, but that the route through Grimforge is impassable. The General resides at Moonrise Towers, but you cannot simply travel there. The land surrounding the towers is blighted by a deadly curse. I had a moon lantern to keep the curse at bay. Alas, the rocks did it in.
There is another way, though. We have allies on the surface. Seek them out, and play this lyre to call on their guide. Whatever you do, do not attempt the journey to Moonrise without his protection. I promise you it will not end well. Do not tarry. I will see you again, but only when my work is done. I can still reach the temple and fulfill the general's orders. His advisor, Balthazar, also sought a way. I'll pick up his trail and follow him. Prove myself his superior. I am generous to those who aid him. When I return to Moonrise, I will be triumphant, and you will share in my victory.
So, I am supposed to head to Moonrise to let some guy named General Thorm know about the, as Nair explained, failures that happened. Totally fine, since I need to go there anyway to meet up with my stab-happy girlfriend 𝖈𝖗𝖊𝖘. Luckily, there's an elevator that zips straight from Grimforge to Act 2, which I happily take. Once I'm fully in the Shadowlands, I follow the path down to a group of people who seem to be in a slight bit of trouble.
Stay together. Keep to the light. Stop! Who's there? First, come closer. Hands up. Jonas, move in!
Jonas! I'm here! Where are you?
Jonas? Can you see our torches?
I can't see anything! Something's wrong.
Follow my voice. Come back to the light.
Who's there? Meg? Is that?
Jonas?
There you are. Come. Join me.
Jonas. Harpers, you heard the man. To arms!
I accidentally skipped the dialogue here, so I'm going to use text-to-speech to read it out loud for you. Well done, now we've got to move. I know a safe place, give me your map.
Keep your torch high. If you step into the shadows, you'll be felled in a heartbeat. That's right. Protected by magic. Only spot in the region that's not been swallowed up by this damn curse. Light will save you here on the outskirts, but a few paces deeper you're screwed. If you want to catch your breath, the inn's the only place to do it. Hope to see you there. Harpers, move out!
Man, I love Act 2. Anyway, the leader, Megan, mentions an inn that's supposedly safe from the darkness. But just like the Grove and the 𝖈𝖗𝖊𝖘 circle, I'm going to bypass it for now and intercept the cultist escort, the creepy spider dude.
We bring order to your church every day, my queen. Your followers are legion. Your faithful stand ready, Majesty. Soon we march. Soon the world will bow to you.
Here, we're boss. Something moved up there. Want me to drag it out?
What's this?
The 𝖓𝖒𝖊𝖘 eyes cut through the darkness, locking on you as your parasite squirms with excitement. Your minds connect, and you hear a voice whispering to you. The Absolute, or just the echoes of his fractured mind reverberating in the darkness.
One of your true souls, my queen. How have they survived? You bless them too, my queen. Where is their lantern? Near. Fickle, unworthy servant to our queen. Yes, Majesty. Your light can shield another of your faithful. They will join us on the road. They will follow close. Do not leave the light.
𝖈𝖊𝖊𝖘, as the goblin called him, kindly escorts Cass through the darkness and straight to Moonrise.
Shadows and heretics, Majesty. But they won't stop us. They can't stop us!
You look twitchy, Stone Skin. Afraid of the dark?
In this place, only a fool wouldn't be.
Stay close. The shadows are darkest here, hungriest here. Do not stray from it, no matter what they promise you.
I've got a mod that adds more bad dudes to the game, so in your playthrough, there won't be a massive armada of shadow-infested creatures trying to storm Moonrise. But for chaos' sake, here's another montage of me whooping all their asses. Finally, all the bad dudes are dead, and we resume our journey. But then we have a bit of an oopsie. Yeah, Karnas kicked the bucket and somehow everyone decided it was my fault. Not sure how, but whatever, it's fine. Naturally, the solution was simple. Murder everyone. With that all sorted, I resumed my journey to Moonrise and met a true soul guarding the door who directed me inside where, well, I'll let the footage do the talking.
I will not be slandered! General, you saw my reports. You know it's not my fault.
The facts suggest otherwise. You were ordered to retrieve the artifact. You failed to do so.
If I had been given drow warriors instead of goblin trash!
Oi! What?
You scrag! Enough!
A blast of mental energy washes over you, filling the room. Your tadpole squirms, urging you to obey.
Let me make sure I understand this. You're claiming that General Thorm gave you the wrong soldiers?
Yes. No!
You blame the Absolute's chosen for your failure?
Of course it is not the General's fault.
Whose then?
The goblins. They failed me. They failed us all.
You lying little. And what would you do to those that have failed you?
They are put to death, obviously.
True. Ultimate failure must earn ultimate punishment. Night Warden 𝖕𝖗𝖊𝖊𝖘, your crime is incompetence, and your sentence is death.
No!
Make her passing slow, disciple Z'rell. Be creative.
As the General's attention shifts to you, a memory stirs. A memory of this room, and his voice raised in anger.
I'm surprised to see you again, true soul. You are here to assist and not to meddle, I trust. I would remind you that while in my halls, you obey me, just as you would any other chosen. What say you about our 𝖕𝖗𝖊𝖊𝖘? It is fitting that one mad dog should judge another. A pity, then, that her faith was so inadequate. Take her below.
No! Please! Mercy! Please!
Bye-bye, princess.
Kill the goblins, too.
What? No!
You creaking old bag of shit! I'm so sorry, my lord. She's an unbeliever outside my control.
Try again. Dispose of the rest as you see fit. Or better yet, let us take advantage of our surprising guest and their particular creative genius. I'm sure the results will send a clear message to the troops on the importance of discipline.
Of course, my lord. Thank you. You heard the General. The goblins are yours. Deal with them however you wish. Here in the seat of the Absolute's power, your authority over them is complete. They will obey any command. Report to me upstairs when you're done.
Please! You gotta help me! For old time's sake! Oh, praise the Absolute! And praise her true soul!
In another lifetime, you were greeted in this throne room like a god, not the living wreck you are now. Your disgrace has something to do with this 𝖚𝖓𝖊𝖘. You yearn to flay him until he forgets himself, as you have with difficulty. You banish the pooling evil that bewitches your quivering limbs. Perhaps parts of you were scattered in this spire. Time to knit yourself together.
Man, that is easily one of the most badass scenes in the game. Anyway, once I let the goblins go, I headed upstairs to have a chat with 𝖕𝖊𝖊𝖘.
General Thorm's prayers and preparations must not be disturbed. The rooftop is off limits to everyone.
Even you, disciple 𝖕𝖊𝖊?
Everyone. Keep watch and ensure that nobody passes. Excellent timing, true soul. The goblins, tell me how they suffered. No, better yet, show me.
Her mind enters yours abruptly, flickering across your memories in a blaze of excitement. She sees the goblins walking free, and a burning rage fans across your mind like wildfire.
Explain yourself. Very pragmatic, but very boring. Let's see if there's anything interesting in this brain of yours.
She parts the folds of your mind again, touching your wants and hopes, tasting them. Every emotion soaks into her mind's palette. But there is purpose to her exploration. She is searching for proof of your faith. There is a tremor of shared ecstasy as she finds a mirror to her own desire.
Perfect. You crave what all true souls should. To be touched by the Absolute. I have already been blessed to stand in her presence. It was bliss. She gave me everything I wanted. To take without asking. To feel without doubting. And to kill without consequence. In a word, freedom. I choose to serve, and I'm glad to. Your words are dangerously close to heresy, true soul. As you should be. And you have an opportunity to impress General Thorm. I have a mission for you. There is a relic that General Thorm requires. He sent his most trusted advisor, disciple Balthazar, to retrieve it. The relic is beneath the Thorm family mausoleum. That is where you will find Balthazar. But we have lost contact with him. Go there. Aid Balthazar if you can. And bring the relic home. The shadows around the mausoleum are deep and hungry. You'll need a moon lantern to survive them. Take one from Balthazar's chambers. But don't pry. The last person who snooped into his secrets lost their head. I believe he uses it as a chamber pot.
Once I finish chatting with 𝖕𝖊, surprise, surprise, she hands me yet another task. Yippee! I enthusiastically grab a moon lantern from a room full of rotting corpses, skip my way across town toward the graveyard, fighting a few more bad dudes along the way, bump into Raphael for a quick little chat, enter the mausoleum, solve some puzzles, and finally run into some skeletons who apparently have a lot to say.
You do not belong here.
Your mind upends. Somehow, in the decayed soup of this creature's brain, a tadpole lives. Another presence nurtures it, manipulates it like a puppet.
You plunder. You meddle. You upset my plans. Leave.
𝖕𝖊 lacks imagination.
𝖕𝖊 lacks faith. 𝖕𝖊 lacks in many ways, but I do not. Leave before... Stupid worm-infested cockhead! You have awoken the shadows! My forces are split, and the fences are thin. Rally on me, a wall of bone and blade against the darkness, now!
Turns out we had some unwelcome visitors. They were not thrilled about talking corpses or a guy with a worm in his head invading their sacred temple. So we fought them, and obviously I won. After all the sharrans were defeated, I head down a set of stairs to a room where yet another skeleton and a fresh batch of angry sharrans are waiting.
Hurry inside, or your racket is liable to... Rancid donkey scrotum! The quakes herald the shadows! It's already too late. Trespasser! Merkel's fat lapdog!
Finally, we can talk face to face. Not just any true soul would have succeeded in following my path through this place. You should be pleased. General Thorm. Rubbish. Everything is at hand here. 𝖕𝖊 merely envies the General's faith in me. I am in the midst of a grand strategy. But you're here now, and I may be able to put those limbs to work. You know what's at stake here, I take it.
It comes back to you. Balthazar headed a monastic order that controlled a place called Ankethran in the deserts of Kalimshan. But he is long dead, from what you recall.
Oh, him. Yes, I decided to take his name for myself. After taking his rib bones. Suits me better, I think. But enough idle chatter. Keep to the matter at hand. You do know what's at stake here. Yes? Ah, it was you who pulled his sorry carcass from the rubble. You should have left him there. The miserable worm tried to kill me, hoping to take all the glory of this mission for himself. Dull, dull, dull. 𝖕𝖊 was never cut out to be a true soul. He's a very obedient corpse, though. Perhaps you'd be more useful dead than alive, if you don't even know what I'm seeking here. General Thorm to you. But yes, recovering the relic is the crux of it. He commands, and I, his humble servant, fulfill that command. While you, an infinitely more humble servant, fulfill my command. I will put you to work as a scout. I do not need you or your help. But you are here in spite of that, so I may as well make use of you. The relic is close, but the way is barred and Shar's dead are uncooperative. Clear the path for me by blade, cunning, or whatever it takes. I will remain here until you have succeeded or fallen. Do not fail me. If you do, you'll join the ranks of my creations and be forced to try again.
I once again become the cult's trusty errand boy and set off to complete the trial so Prince's corpse can find his way into Shadowfell where the artifact resides. Thanks to mods, I breezed through all the trials and killed 𝖈𝖊𝖘 to snag the last Umbral gem. With the trials done and 𝖈𝖊𝖘 sent packing back to the Hells, I make my way straight to the Shadowfell where I met Balthazar again.
Well, better than I would have credited you with. Now, hurry along and bear witness to my masterpiece. Gladly. And once proceedings begin, please show some wits and do not interfere.
Balthazar, come to add more bars to my cage? Or perhaps to lead this would-be Justicia's blade directly to my heart? I invite you. Heap more sins upon your head. My retribution will be all the sweeter for them.
All this time, and you still fail to appreciate the gifts I bestowed on you, 𝖕𝖠𝖐. Sad to see a thing of beauty not recognize its own worth. But General Thorm, he appreciates you, and he wants you close at hand. So, I am here to whisk you back to him.
Ketheric. I welcome the sight of him after these 100 years. He whose immortality I supply with my very soul.
General Thorm. I'm sure you'll be on your best behavior for him, but just in case, I've taken some precautions. Keep back. It will take quite some concentration to secure 𝖕𝖠𝖐 for her little journey. Bring her home. What else? 𝖕𝖠𝖐 is so much more than you comprehend. She is an 𝖎𝖓𝖐𝖕, bound to a soul cage of my creation and lending her immortal strength to General Thorm. Her power, his will, and my genius. An unsurpassable feat.
Ramblings most unsane. Poor Balthazar. For maggots ate his brain long ago.
Hold your tongue, 𝖕𝖠𝖐, or I'll take it away from you again. And you, no more questions. No more interference. Get it over with? No, this is to be savored. Return to Moonrise Towers. I'm sure we'll find further use for you there. Now don't struggle, 𝖕𝖠𝖐. Well, maybe struggle a little.
A pleasure to have made your acquaintance, little warrior. We will meet again. I am eternal. I will be free one day. And I never forget a face. Until then.
Sorry, Cassian, this is just the beginning. Anyway, we learn that Kethric's so-called artifact is actually an Aasimar, whose soul is being used to fuel Kethric's immortality. Fun stuff! Armed with this glorious knowledge, I head back to Moonrise to see what new tasks these lovely cultists have in store for me.
The General has high expectations of you. You're exceeding them. I hear Balthazar has returned, and more importantly, the Night Song is with him. General Thorm will be most pleased, but there is one more task remaining before your audience with the Absolute. There is an old inn nearby called Last Light. Some rabble is sheltering there, along with a cleric named Isabel. We have a friend on the inside watching her. Go to the inn, seize Isabel, and bring her back here, alive. Then you will stand before the Absolute. And done quickly, I trust. Incapacitate the cleric, and our forces will seize her. They wait in the shadows, ready to pounce.
And here we are, the grand moment, the last light in. Funnily enough, Sorrel either doesn't know who Isabel is to Kethrich, or maybe she does and just doesn't give a damn. Either way, it's time for a little kidnapping, because why not add even more to my growing pile of crimes?
You there! Step forward and keep your hands off your weapons.
Easy! He's with me.
Come. 𝖎𝖒𝖊𝖊𝖘.
Hello.
Kindness is too often a decoy.
This is why we're here, you see. It is a curious creature that hides all manner of secrets. But if there's one thing that we know, it's that it knows its own kind. You should never have come here, true soul.
Stop! Hold on, 𝖎𝖒𝖊𝖊𝖘. I think I know this one.
His eyes meet yours. There's no recognition there, just a sick intensity as his voice reverberates in your mind.
If you want to survive this, then trust me. One true soul to another. He's infected. Aye. But he's not with the cultists. Helped me fight them off a while back, in fact.
Is this true? How is that possible?
What in the hell is that thing?
Congratulations. You've earned yourself the benefit of the doubt. Hear me, Harpers. All clear. At ease.
I'll not pretend to understand what that artifact is. But I'm old and wise enough to recognize a sliver of hope when it crawls out of the dark. Tell me, why have you come here? Then you found an ally in me. For that is precisely why I am here. There's food in the inn over there. Beds too if you require rest. Aloe oil in the cupboard, in case the vines gave you a rash. Settle in. Then come join me for a drink. You may just be the godsend we've been praying for.
After that fun little interaction with 𝖎𝖒𝖊𝖘, she invites Cass to share a drink. A drink she added a little extra flavor to.
Please, be welcome. Have a drink. To your very good health.
She is anxious for you to drink the wine first, and it's an anxiety you recognize. Not every knave prefers a blade in the ribs or arrow in the back. Some prefer poison.
Well spotted. But if I wanted you dead, I'd have crushed you with my vines. I've only added a touch of cloth grass, a quaint herb that encourages truth-telling. It doesn't spoil the taste, if that's what you're wondering. Bottoms up. Well over a century old, and yet it hasn't lost a hint of flavor. Still not quite so sure about you, though. People tend to lose more than just flavor when illithids get their hands on them. I speak from experience. There's an air about you. Something alien. Answer me true and do not lie. The parasite is changing you, isn't it? And you're certain you will continue to resist? Good. I will take your word for it. And hold you to it, too. I have every reason to be cautious. I've traced people like you. People with parasites in their brains. All the way here from Baldur's Gate. The cult of the Absolute is spreading through the city. Quietly, quickly, and with unsettling deliberation. We tracked them to this ancient village, only to be faced with a man we killed and buried over a century ago. You've been to the towers. Incredible. Your parasite has already served you well. I suppose you know about Keverick then. His invincibility. That we'll never cleanse this place until he's made to bleed. We met him on the road here, commanding an army of the Absolute, intent on destroying Baldur's Gate. I put an arrow through his eye myself, only to watch him pluck it out like a splinter. He healed right in front of me and chased us into the shadows. Things looked hopeless, but experience has taught me that no matter how bleak things look, there's always hope. You are that hope. What? So all this time he has been leeching his life from an immortal? The man is more parasite than that thing in your head. Well done. Did you learn how we might untether Keverick from this night song? Pick one, whichever is quicker, and do it now.
Once she stupidly trusts Cassian, I head upstairs to finally talk with Isabel and reunite her with her father.
My old friend, very good to see you again. Clever ruse showing off your little artifact. 𝖎𝖓𝖊𝖊𝖘 was all too eager to believe you. My pleasure, true soul. I suppose General Thorm sent you to help with my mission. That's all right. I don't mind sharing the glory.
This man takes orders from General Thorm. Helping him may be just what you need to gain deeper access to the cult.
Ruin this mission, and the General will take your head. Isabel's on the balcony. Should be nearly done with her prayers. Let's go say hello.
I didn't realize I had an audience.
Isabel, this is...
The true soul who's going to save us all. Pleased to meet you. Small inn. We've been waiting, hoping against hope, for someone like you. Free from the Absolute's influence, yet able to walk among cultists. It's almost too good to be true. But I'd be a poor cleric indeed not to avail of a blessing when I see one. Let me guess. 𝖎𝖓𝖒𝖊 has sent you to beg a protection spell off her favorite cleric.
The blessing falls uneasily over your tainted body. You can't help but dream. To kill her would destroy all of last light. You yearn for it so deeply.
Perfect. It'll make you immune to the lesser effects of the shadow curse, which will get you closer to the towers. But there are places it won't help. Places where the curse is darker, stronger. The cultists are able to traverse even the deepest shadows, though. I don't know how. The Harpers are trying to figure it out. Well, if I'd realized, I'd have spared the theatrics. In that case, you should be able to navigate a path straight to your target. That's good. Very good. I wish you luck. The very best of it. 𝖚𝖓𝖃 is a frightening man. But you have something he doesn't. Allies worth having. While you're busy in the towers, I'll be sure to... Marcus, what's wrong?
Isabel, I've just gotten word. I need you to come with me. 𝖎𝖓𝖃's orders.
Come with you? Where?
Let's do this. Remember, 𝖚𝖓𝖃 wants her alive.
What the hell's is going on? I know what this is. You're one of them. Both of you. What fools you both are. 𝖚𝖓𝖃 will never give you whatever it is he's promised you.
He already has. Time to go, Isabel.
This is a dear moment to play the game you play so well. Why let him take her alive when you could flood them both with a bloodbath?
Isabel! No! What in the nine hells happened? And you had no idea. After Marcus vouched for you at the gate, he didn't confide in you? You don't get to decide. Not here. Not while I'm responsible for the lives of the people at this inn. Isabel is gone. Soon the shadows will wash us all away. Listen closely, for there's very little time. Even if last light falls, your mission does not change. You must find 𝖚𝖓𝖃 Thorm. And you must kill him. As impossible as that task sounds, there must be a way to break the spell that makes him invincible. There are secrets in this ancient waste hidden from... But hark. Something stirs. It's happening. They'll all be taken by the shadows. Only by the grace of Isabel's spell will we be spared the same fate. We cannot hesitate. Not even for those we knew. Those we cared for. They're no longer who they were. Still your hearts, and steady your hands. To battle! It's all over. They're all gone. My brave ones, my friends, my harpers. I led them here. To this. You. It was you after all? All along? How could I have missed such madness? These many dead are yours. You will lie and rot among them. I should end you. But my strength fails me. Perhaps I can outrun the shadows. Even as I pray, they will creep into the very marrow of your bones. Whether the worm in your skull overwhelms you or not, your end will be a vile one.
Yeah, that was a rough one. A lot of people died. Jaheira blames herself, and of course, Cass, who is the reason why all her friends and comrades are now 6 feet under. So after brutally murdering a bunch of people and crushing the spirit of a former High Harper, I skipped my happy ass all the way back to Moonrise Towers to finally meet the famed General Thorm and the Absolute.
Ah, true soul. The rescue of Isabel went as planned, I hear. How eager you are in service of the Absolute. I can see. Makes me wonder how deep and dark those talents of yours run. But enough of my daydreaming. General Thorm is ready to see you. Are you ready to stand by his side? In the presence of the Absolute herself? Yes, this is it. How confident. We could have had fun, you and I. But duty calls. Go on now. The General is not a man to keep waiting.
True soul, I was so hoping to thank you in person. Our forces are gathered, the night song bound, and we are ready to march at last. But most importantly, Isabel. You brought my daughter back to me. She's being introduced to the Absolute as we speak. Soon, it will be as though we were never apart. You have our thanks for your part in our reunion. I'm sure it was. Though I can't imagine convincing Isabel to come to the towers was an easy feat. She was always stubborn. She clung to Selûne even after her mother's death. Ironic, then, that it was Isabel who drove me into Shar's arms. She died and I was left alone. I made perfect prey for Lady Loss. She promised vengeance, oblivion. But her plans came to naught. Only one god empowered me to bring my Isabel back. That is the god I serve now. The god we serve. Everything you've ever wanted. It's time for you to learn true power. Make use of my own altar. Kneel in her name, and the Absolute will come. Come then, true soul. Let us pray. Hear us, Absolute. Do you feel her? Let her in. this land in search of it, and you bring it to my door. Slave, take it!
Freedom. Find me. Free us.
Enough! If you cannot take it, then take him! Balthazar will find a way. Do it. Now!
You're awake. Good. General Thorm has tasked me with relieving you of a certain artifact. I hear it's loath to part from you. No matter. I do enjoy a challenge, and I have more than a few tools to experiment with.
Once Balthazar is through with you, you will be left as just another undead thrall. Unless you can stop him in time.
So, a giant tentacle swoops in and kidnaps Cass because it can't touch the astral prism. And now he's trapped in some weird fleshy bubble with our old pal Balthazar, who is promising to pry it from Cass's cold, dead hands. Sounds like a grand old time. Now, I got really curious about how Balthi was planning to do that. So instead of fighting my way out of the bubble, which, fun fact, is called the profane womb, I decided to let him do his thing. For science. The first thing Balthazar does is order his minions to light candles while he begins chanting an incantation. According to a friend of mine, the incantation translates to truth from flesh, marrow and blood. Reveal to me the course of things.
There is another one I forgot to add. Fructus cordis, which means fruit of the heart.
About halfway through the ritual, Cass gains a condition called necrotic absorption, which, according to the description, means this cage is draining this creature, dealing 10 to 40 necrotic damage per turn, which is a disgusting amount of damage. Cass also has 2 additional conditions: silence, so no spell casting, and necrotic restraints, which means he can't move. So yeah, all around, Cassian is having an extremely bad day. I skipped a few more turns to see if anything else would happen, but nope. Cass just keeps taking damage, Balthazar repeats the same creepy phrase, and the minions stand around making weird grunty noises while they patiently wait for him to die. Eventually, I take pity on my poor boy and unleash the absolute hells on these weirdos. Once everybody had been properly returned to the grave, I made my way through the goopy halls of the Mind Flayer colony and into the main chamber, where 𝖍𝖃 and 2 others were in the middle of a very ominous conversation.
You said it was under control.
It isn't you I answer to, 𝖍𝖃.
Oh, the general voice. Is this where we salute?
Salute, yes. With cleavers through his blood-starved flesh. How it crawls with failure, like flies on lick-wet carrion.
You forget yourself, Orin. I have played my part.
You built an army for our masters, true enough. But what of the astral prism? A rogue true soul flaunting it under your very nose. And you almost missed it.
Balthazar has them now. He'll deliver the prism soon enough. So if you would cease these distractions,
Distractions have been yours, 𝖍𝖃. Perhaps we never should have dug your daughter up. So you haven't lost your edge. But you're still not as sharp as Orin, I wager.
The Slayer against the Undying One. That'd be fun to see.
His crypt breath sings to my sinews again. But he must lead the murder march to Baldur's grave.
If the weapon is truly in your grasp, 𝖚𝖓𝖊𝖘𝖘, might I suggest closing your fist? Orin and I can wait for you no longer. The plan proceeds. We're going to the city, and we expect you to follow. Army and the weapon in tow.
The Edict of Bane.
The lash of Baldur!
Of 𝖈𝖗𝖘!
An elder brain. One of the cruelest and most powerful creatures in existence, enslaved by mere mortals.
There we are. It wouldn't do to fight in front of our guest. Behold, Duke Ravengard, the Absolute.
Helm preserve us.
You wag your word flap in vain, olderling. Once the worm holds the whip, your shredded flesh will serve us.
Now, it's really time we were going. We will empty this place and begin the march. You may catch up with the army once you've retrieved the weapon. And 𝖚𝖓𝖊𝖘, do try not to sulk. You're supposed to be the fearsome general come to conquer the city. And I am the hero who will save it.
It is time, faithful ones. March on Baldur's Gate. We go to prepare the way.
And there they are. We finally meet the evil Powerpuff Girls in charge of the Absolute. At this point, we're technically no longer siding with the cult anymore, but that's not gonna stop me from showing you this badass fight scene. Since I'm running some very overpowered mods, I decided to let 𝖈𝖊𝖘 do the honors of killing 𝖚𝖓𝖊𝖘. I was simply there for emotional support. Enjoy.
You? What in the name of the 9 hells are you doing here? Balthazar, I should have expected his weakness. You could have run away, absconded with the prism. The one thing that could prevent me from fulfilling my destiny. But the lure of one's destiny is irresistible, isn't it? Perhaps you hope to learn your place in history before you are erased from it. A bright flash of clarity before the snuffing out. The very fact of your being attests to its power. Despite your infection, you resisted the brain here in the heart of its domain. What good is an army of thralls if they do not obey their master? Let us speak plainly. My Lord 𝖈𝖘𝖘 gave me the one thing I desired, the one thing no other god could grant me. My daughter's life returned. Her heart beating once more. For that, he asked that I serve as his chosen. Join Orin and Gortash to grow the cult of the Absolute, and then take control of it. He's never had a more devoted follower. I have fought great wars before, in the service of other gods and other powers, but for 𝖈𝖘𝖘 I would condemn all of Faerûn to death. You are all that stands between me and my destiny. And you have brought the prism here. I will kill you now. And then I will raise you as my servant. Yes. Say farewell, Ysabel.
I'm grateful to you for bringing me home. I was a fool to resist. I know better now. Good luck in the City of Judgment. I wish you the best. Sincerely.
My lord, I offer you these souls so they may return as servants to your cause. Join the army of the dead, true soul. Witness Lord Merkel's glory. What a fool you are. You cannot kill me. I am eternal. Merkel, Lord of Bones, I am here. I am ready. I am yours. Death cannot take me. I am its master. My lord, hear me. Nothing. I am forsaken. You have no idea what you've done. Ysabel.
Our way toward our fates. Unleashed! A pity I cannot say the same for Ysabel. She may have been Ketherick's daughter, but she was my world entire.
Wow, what a video. A video I spent 30 hours editing. I shit you not. And I did it all on an iPhone, so that was fun. You know what though? I had an absolute blast. I really genuinely did. I'm also a little delulu. I haven't slept yet. I'm just really tired, but really happy that this video is done. Oh, and I don't know if you remember, but tomorrow's my birthday. Just same as last year, March 21st. I wanted to do something big for my birthday week, I guess. It's not technically whatever, it doesn't matter. I wanted to do something big to celebrate, so I posted this monster. But good on 𝖆𝖊𝖊𝖘 for giving us the choice to side with the cult. I mean, a lot of people die, and your choices are not great, or your the consequences for your decisions are bad, is what I meant to say. Like, a lot of people die. Absolute shitload of people die. But I'm really glad they did that. They don't make you feel like you can make choices, but in the end you're like, never mind. All those things I did don't matter. Anyway, I'm going to finish editing this video and then crash. I really hope you guys enjoy. I've said that more than enough. It's time for me to end this outro. This is why I have a script. Excuse me. Stay awesome. And I'll see you next Friday. Yeah, that's how you do an outro.
It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Friday. Getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying.